Hi, everybody, and I'm sorry I've not been with you for a couple of months, but I have moved to Thailand, which is, you can probably see behind me the Buddha. And so it's been pretty hectic, and I have actually Uranus, the planet Uranus, on my sun at the moment, which is indicating all this chaos. And my son is in the ninth house, which is the house of travel, moving abroad, etc. So this is kind of all meant to be. And the astrology is saying it's going to be chaotic till April 2025 for me. You've got to bear with me. I'm living between two places at the moment, and I haven't got everything with me. But I felt like I just wanted to do something for 2024, and hopefully I will manage to do one at the beginning of February. So, a happy new year to everybody. It does look as though we've got more upheaval to come. There are a lot of planetary energies, you know, indicating, shall I say, lots of chaos. And we're in chaos at the moment. The world is in chaos. There's that much going on, and people are in fear. People are worried about money, about all sorts of things, whether they can make ends meet, etc., etc. So I'm not sure that that's going to go away. Looking at the planets for 2024, although it's not all bad, there are good things, and that's life, isn't it? We have the ups and we have the downs. So I think we've got to roll with it, and make sure that we're with the right people, people who are kind to us, and people who support us. I think that's if we can do that, and whatever will be, anyway. So I'm going to go through I'm not going to go through the month of January. I'm just going to go through the trends for 2024. So the transits and the possibilities, because we never know. Um, I've been talking about what's been going on for a long time, and those that follow me will know that. So we've had Pluto in Capricorn since 2008. So 16, 17 years we've had that. And whilst Pluto has been in Capricorn, everything's been breaking down. And that's what Pluto does. It annihilates anything that's no longer working. And that can be in your own chart as well. If you have a Pluto transit, it strips away things that are no longer right for you. And that could be relationships, it could be a job, it could be where you live, and it can pull the rug from under you. And basically, if you don't do it voluntarily, then the cosmos does it for you and helps it along. So on the world stage, we've had this Pluto in Capricorn, and I've talked about it endlessly, and it will finally leave this year. So it's already been in the next sign, which is Aquarius, and now at the moment it's back in Capricorn, and it will move into Aquarius again on the 22nd of January, and then it will be in Aquarius for till September. Then it moves back in September till late November, when Pluto finally moves into Aquarius. So for those who are informed and can see what's going on, we can expect the beginning of a new way of living when Pluto goes into Aquarius. And Aquarius is about groups, community, and our communities will come together. And 2024, I think, is part of this. It's a starting point, although there are a lot of groups now already up and running. And if you don't know what I mean and you want more information, then just get in touch through my website, astrologysue.com, on the contact page, and I can point you in the right direction. If you want a group, that's near to you, there will be one that you can actually engage in. So 2024 adds up to eight. So that's two and two and four is eight. So we're in actually an 8 year. And the eight in some decks, this is the strength card. And in other decks, it's the justice card. Um, and actually, I feel that both of those cards fit what's going on at the moment. So if we take a brief look at the strength card, and I've got it here, so hopefully you can see that. And she has actually the infinity sign on the top of our hat, and I think that's quite interesting because it represents infinity, immortality, things continuing and not stopping, and self-fertilization and eternal return, which is really, I think what we're all about. We're all energy, and we don't really go anywhere, even when we leave this planet. We're all energy, and will just be there in another form. This strength card, obviously, it's saying that we have to be strong. She's got the lion there. We have to have courage because the lion is about courage, and I think this is very true. I think if you've got a tarot deck, it might be quite good to take a picture of it, put it on your fridge, and keep it there this year. No, every time you look at it, yeah, I've got to have courage. And the other card, obviously the Justice card, is kind of very well known. In some decks, again, this is the number eight. And some decks, it's the 11. So, yeah, it's a bit confusing, all of it, isn't it? But anyway, it doesn't really matter because I feel that this card as well, is relevant to what's going on at the moment. And we do have to be strong, as I say, and we have to know that justice is coming. And this card does connect to balance, harmony, fairness, truth, and justice, and the law. So let's look at it that this year, we have to have the courage of our convictions, and that justice will seem to be, it will be done. So let's look at it like that. So the 8 year is a time actually to develop personal power, and it is a journey of true understanding, reward, balance, and achievement. So that is very positive, and I'm actually in an 8 year. So it's kind of relevant to me at the moment. Um, and so, yes, it is about, realizing the power that we have, I think, as individuals. And I've always thought that we can do anything that we set our minds to. And if you want to do something, go out and do it. It's like, we've come halfway across the world in a late time of life, but it felt right. So we've had the courage of our convictions to sell up and just leave. Admittedly, I've got family here, so I am lucky, and grandchildren. But I think it is about, if you feel that you want to do something, I think this is the time, really is the time to go and do it. So, looking at the planets, so Uranus has been a retrograde, and it goes direct on the 27th of January. And also Jupiter went direct on the 31st. So both of them are now direct. So we may expect anything to happen with those two planets, because when planets are going retrograde, their energy is not as strong. But as soon as they go forward again, then they come back into their own, as it were. So, and as I mentioned, Pluto moves into Aquarius and it will conjunct Mars. And Pluto and Mars together is a really explosive energy. So, what's likely to happen? Well, anything I think is likely to happen. I think something explosive may well happen. I mean, we could see volcanoes erupting, and we know the one in Iceland's kind of, um, it's doing something at the moment, or it could be something else weather-wise. But I think anything can happen, almost anything can happen with this energy. And it could mean that something explosive will happen in January. And the Sun obviously is also in Aquarius, and so is Mercury. So we have four planets. So we've got the Sun, Mercury, Pluto, and Mars, all in the sign of Aquarius. Now, the ruler of Aquarius is Uranus. So Aquarius has the same energy as Uranus. And so with four planets there, that energy is going to increase, and now Uranus is going direct the ruler. Um, Again, this is kind of, anything could happen. Aquarius, is about freedom. It's about being your own person, which I've just mentioned, doing the right thing for you, not for somebody else. Um, it could mean more uprising from people around the world as people protest against their governments. But I don't think it's going to be a calm and peaceful January. I did see last night that there's something going on in the Netherlands with the farmers. They're all campaigning and in the streets in I think it was tractors and things. So, but we don't see it on mainstream media, do we? So you can be sure there are things going on all around the world that we are not privy to. And this is this volatile energy. And in March, Mars is going to square Uranus. And squares are a challenge and they're not easy. So again, this can bring upheaval. And also in March, actually, we have a lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra. Now, Libra is ruled by Venus, but Libra is also about balance and harmony and justice. So we could see legal battles, and I know that Pfizer, I think, are being sued at the moment. So again, there are things going on that we don't see that are going on that are representative by the planetary energies as above, so below. Yeah. But let's hope that it does lead to justice. Libra is also about relationships, and those that are aware and informed, you know who you are. Um, we're all making new relationships with people, we might never have come in contact with, people that maybe we wouldn't normally be friends with, but we're being drawn together. And we're kind of in a group situation talking about the situation that was going on, and we're all kind of um, supporting one another, I think, by being in these small groups or even big groups. So, carry on doing that. I think it's important that we come together, like-minded people, are together. On the 8th of April, we're going to have a total solar eclipse in the opposite sign in Aries. Now, Aries is ruled by Mars, so here we have that kind of Martian energy again. And Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and always wants to win, always wants a new project, always wants to move forward, wants to initiate something. So this is likely to initiate new things, and it's going to affect Aries people. So those Aries people that have got their sun in Aries, or their moon in Aries, or their rising sign, the ascendant, you might know is their ascendant. If you've got Aries in your chart, you're going to feel energized, and you're going to want to start to do something new and innovative, which is great. But on the world stage, it may mean people uprising. I don't want to keep saying this, but you know, we have to say what we see, and it may mean that people, are fed up. Aries is ruled by Mars, the god of war. So watch out for either people uprising and protesting, or it could be more military. It may be to do with more control, as we're told we cannot go anywhere again. Who knows? This may happen we can only see the trends and possibilities, and timelines can shift and change. It's important not to go into fear, and make sure you are, as I say, with like-minded people. Just have a quick slurp of my tea. As I said, on a personal level, you may go and start something new. It could be a new diet or exercise regime. I mean, Mars is very connected to exercise. So you might all of a sudden want to do something. Or you might decide to open a new business or another branch of the business you're already in, or you might want to go self-employed, or you could move house, or you could end a relationship, start a new one, all those things. And then on April the 20th, Jupiter conjuncts Uranus. So I don't know what's going to happen, because that is in my chart, and it's going to be on my sun. So I've had the Uranus on there, and I'm going to have the Jupiter on there as well. So I don't know, but I will let you know. I mean, I have to say, yeah, experiencing Uranus on my sun has been nothing short of frustrating, because I've got Virgo rising, so I need order, but I've got none, and I've got no control over what's happening. In a foreign country, so I can't understand certain things and paperwork, and yeah, it's all a bit. But because I'm an astrologer, I'm kind of, I'm trying to rationalize it and go with it. But I do certainly know what it feels like to have Uranus on my sun. So as I say, Uranus is going to conjunct Jupiter on April the 20th. And that may well bring huge surprises, actually, that shock people, which is this Uranian energy. And Jupiter is about the law, and so we may see people being arrested, and that could be really shocking. And maybe not shocking for us, because we're more informed, but for lots of people, it might be really shocking, which is very, this volatile energy that we've got around us. But a month later, on May the 23rd, Jupiter is going to sextile Neptune. So sextiles and trines are lovely, easy, nice energy to cope with. So Jupiter sextile Neptune is good for creating the life that you want. And Jupiter expands, actually, and can be positive, and it's a sextile to Neptune, which can help us visualize, because Neptune is the planet that helps us visualize the future that we want. So creative visualization, dreams might be important. Write them down. Do a kind of mind map for how you want your life to be, or write it out. Write your life out as though it's already happened, as a story. Put it out to the universe, but make the most of that May 23rd, Jupiter sextile Neptune, because it's really good. And on top of that, on June the 2nd, which is possibly a week, 8 days later, that Jupiter is going to trine Pluto. And again, this is very favorable and it can move mountains. So I would say, make the most of May. I think, well, the second part of May particularly. And let's hope for really, really good positive things, but use it to your advantage. So July the 15th, we've got Mars again conjuncting Uranus. So again, this is a strong energy, which may, bring volatile, rebellious events which are difficult to control. And it could be that secrets are brought to the surface. It could be. It could be. I'm not saying I don't know. But something is likely to happen around those dates. It could be weather problems, money, finances, or the power grid is affected. Anything can be affected. And so watch out for that on July the 15th. And then on the 19th of August, Jupiter is going to square Saturn. And that again, it's a square, so it's a challenge. Legal matters, it may be to do with the breakdown in our systems that we've relied on, which may upset many people, good and bad alike. But before we can have anything new, the old has to be dismantled. It has to be. Everything has to go. And that can be, upsetting, because especially if you don't like change, if you are kind of a fixed sign and you don't like change, then that can be quite difficult. Now, September the 1st, Pluto will retrograde back into Capricorn for its last sweep of breaking down old structures that no longer work. And finally, on November the 19th, Pluto enters Aquarius and it will be there till March 2043. So that's a long time. It's been in Capricorn a long time and it's broken down all these organizations. And I think that will continue because Aquarius is about being independent, innovative, and doing things in a new way, but much more to do with being with people, with, your community, connects to community. But there will be lots of new technology, and I'm hoping good technology and advances in medicine, air travel, and space. Pluto in Aquarius will bring radical change and transformation in the way we all live. People will continue to revolt against tyranny and oppressive governments during 2024. So it is time for us to take our power back, and I started with that, and because it's an 8 year, and so we are in an 8 year, so we need to use that eight energy to take time for us to take our power back, build a new world that's more loving and peaceful. It's in our hands, and astrologically, now is the time to get on with it. And as Pluto enters Aquarius, freedom, revolution, activism, technology, air and space travel, new inventions are all in the mix. We are in the midst, actually, of a great change. And this happens every 2,000 years. But change can feel scary, but we chose to be here to witness the changes. Some of us will play more of a part than others, but all of us are here to participate. 2024 will have its ups and downs, but I feel we are heading in the right direction, and we have to stay calm, take our power back, and realize who we are. We're spiritual beings having an earthly experience who are eternal souls. So I know that it sounds a bit scary and all the rest of it, but we're used to it. We've been going through this since 2020. We're in a process. We're in a process that we have to. There's no turning back, and we have to move forward. And we're where we should be. We're where we're supposed to be. And I think We have to stand firm, be with the right people, have the support around us. And if you want, some kind of help on that, I have got contacts. So if you want to contact me, as I say, through my website, astrologysue.com, then please do. Now, the daily transits, or not every day, but I do put them on my Facebook page, and I do go through them usually on this, but I haven't, because I've only got a certain amount of time, would you believe, and a bit of peace. I've got 4 grandkids, so it's quite hard to get some peace and quiet, away from that noise, which I love, don't get me wrong, but it's not easy. So if you want to look at the daily, or or every other day, or whatever I put up, please have a look at Astrologer Sue Fletcher on Facebook, because I will put the new and the full moons, and I will also put what's happening. So get in touch if you need me. And the affirmation is very, very simple, hand on heart. We live in an abundant, loving, peaceful world. We live in an abundant, loving, peaceful world. We need to bring that to us. We need to bring that into our environment, our own environment, and we can do that. So have a lovely January. Happy New Year again, and enjoy your celebrations for the new year. And take care, and get in touch if you need, if you need to speak to me. So I'm going to say bye for now. Bye bye.